Hello, everybody. I'm Tom Worth, Accelerate Your Best Life, and I just want to welcome you today. Just grateful that you're here. Mustache Media's Zach, he's not here. He's here with me, but he's actually just doing the media today. We're just changing things up a little bit. Because we go over conversations. We have conversations prior to doing this, but we just thought with everything we've talked to in the previous videos up through number 15, 16, that it was time to come out and kind of give some visuals because everybody learns a little bit different. And I'm definitely a visual to kind of see. And I'm going to just kind of draw on this board a little bit of where my thinking is and how to accelerate your life, your best life. That's really what we desire and want, right? So I'm just going to jump into it today. I kind of had some theories and some thoughts. And the one that's came up for me today and what I kind of wanted to go into, because I know there's a lot of you out there that desire change, that are looking for more, that have big dreams or have had big dreams, but because of circumstances and where you are in your life, those dreams have kind of dwindled. So I'm going to try to shed a little light on that because I've been there. I've had my dreams shattered. I've had things happen to me. I've hurt. My heart's hurt. And over the last few years, I've been able to do some healing. And I was talking to Zach a little bit earlier today and how important it is that we take the time to heal. Heal is the process to get to your dreams. There's a whole bunch of pieces and stuff you got to put together on this journey as you're stepping forward towards the dream. And the vision that you create, because we've always talked about the vision, right? And this is very, very, very important to have that. Even, I know at some point in your life you've had a vision, you've had a dream, but then things go into life, you get your ass kicked, things happen, then all of a sudden that's not so important anymore, but survival's important. So you're doing all that you can do to survive. And I get it. I've been there. I've been to the ground. Felt like I had just an air hole out of the back here. Not seeing, but just had air breathing. But the cool thing is that when that happens, sometimes you have to stay down for a minute and identify what's going on and be real and raw with yourself, and then slowly get back up and pursue where you're going. And it may be hard to see a vision and a dream right now in your life, but I challenge you, just slowly take some time and meditate and just see and imagine the things that you desire to have in your life. And I promise you, in time, we're in a 5-year plan here, but from today, in 6 months to a year, 2-year, 3-year, 4-year, 5-year, we're going to slowly progress. Because if we do things different and we train our brains different today, we're going to be different in 6 months. Me, you, everybody. We can all become better. We've talked about self-authoring. That is a big deal. It's you versus you. It's nobody else. It's not your family. It's not anybody else. Only you know you. And you get to be raw and real with yourself, okay? So, we want to get raw and real with self, okay? So that being said, that's part of getting raw and get real with yourself. It's part of accelerating your life. And as you start to do this, you'll understand how important that is to get to this. Because as we've talked about before, and I'm just going to flip here we are now, right? Here's our past, okay? And it might be dark, it might be ugly, it might be bars around you. This could be your prison. And unfortunately, a lot of people feel in prison. Their minds are shackled, right? They just feel that there's no way out of prison. I've never been in prison myself. There may be people out there that you have been. You know what it's like. But in life, period, just surviving surviving feels like a prison. But there's more. Right? There's probably hatred right here. There's anger. There's all this stuff in your past that's created these emotions, right? And why we have Accelerate Your Best Life is to well, I'm not the best speller. Your best life is to draw you out of this state of mind. And thanks, Zach. And it's good to have you here.
Yeah.
How the hell are you?
I'm fantastic.
Right on.
The new marker, your black's going out.
Perfect. Yeah, we want everybody to see you, right? But right here, and remember, we always have choice. Okay? Life may be kicking your ass right now. You may feel like you're in prison. You may feel like you're just surviving. You may feel hatred. You may have a lot of anger inside of you. And a lot of this stuff you might have against yourself because you are where you are. The good news is you are where you are. And today's a new day, and we're going to go forward. Okay? So, how do we get out of this prison? We work hard on self. It's an individual journey, right? Individual. Okay? It's not your spouse. It's not your kids. It's not anybody else other than you. And, you know, I've talked to a lot of people and read about a lot of people. To get where they wanted to go, they had to go out on their own and do things by themselves. Search their inner voice. And some of them did it 60, 90 days. And, you know, there's a lot of power to that. But you're identifying and you are self-aware of you. That's the most important thing. I'm not saying that you got to be away all the time, but you have got to take time just for you and your thoughts and everything you have. Because that's totally about you. Okay? But here in the prison, that's a miserable place to be. Okay? So in a sense, in life and the world, a lot of people perceive this as the world. As crazy and ugly as it is out there. But it's all a perception. Right? It's all in how you see the outside of you and the world that's outside of you. Okay? So I'm just going to put a word here, and I'm going to call this hell. Because it is. I've lived here, and I've lived here a lot. For a long time. I no longer want that. It no longer serves me. Because I know I can create my vision. And I leave this all open because everybody's visions are different than mine. So I challenge you maybe to write down what that vision is and fill it in materially. Maybe, you know, a lot of things for me, maybe you want a little more joy, happiness, relationships, just better, genuine, caring, loving relationships. Okay, there may be material stuff. You may want a big motorhome and travel the country. You may want to create a business. A business could be in here. And I would hope, as you watch this, that you're identifying that there is possibilities and openness out there that you can create a business. Okay, because there is no security. We've talked about that before in some of our videos. But don't burn a bridge to go out and build a business. Do what you're doing and be your very best at what you're doing, but do something a little bit out on the side like me and Zach chosen to do. And it don't have to just be one thing, but there is opportunities out there, but you got to identify what's in here to create that. But I'm just going to write one thing here because ultimately I think everybody would agree that we want freedom. Okay? Freedom to do whatever. Okay, and I'm talking about freedom spiritually. I'm talking about freedom mentally and emotionally. And I'm talking about physically. Okay? And I call this the SMP effect. Okay? And as what I mean by that, the SMP effect is that spiritual, mental, physical. That's taking care of your spirituality. Depending on where you are with that, it will come in time and grow. And you've got to work that. That's between you and you. Okay? Your mental and emotional. Okay? That's what causes depression, is not being in control of your mental state or your emotions, right? So over here, this is very dark emotionally. Correct? Okay? So there's emotions in all aspects. But which emotions do you want to feel? Do you want to feel more joy, more happiness? Do you want to feel free? Do you want to have choices to do whatever it is? Maybe have the money that you desire, that you don't have to base everything off of $1? That's a big one too, right? That's part of freedom. But we're going to talk a little bit now in the money part of it. Over here in the past, most of us have lived in lack. That was our mindset. Okay? So if you're lack, then you never have enough. You always need more. You're always looking for more and needing more. Okay? That's an emotion. Flip that switch from lack to abundance. Total different emotional feeling. Because you start to believe inside of yourself that you deserve abundance. Which you do. We all do. Would you agree?
I do agree.
And it's all showing up, ain't it?
It is.
It's awesome. Anyway, but just a little bit, I just wanted to kind of draw this board out because we always talk about the vision. You got to have the vision if you ever have a hope of wanting to be out of your past. Okay? So, here's the river. Okay? Or a line in between the two. Okay? So, we have a choice. We're so used to this emotion and feeling over here that we tell ourselves in our mind, we're okay. We'll get through. We're going to survive. Do you really want to just survive or do you want to thrive? That's my question to you. I would hope you'd choose thrive. Okay? Because this right here, the truth is, inside of yourself, you're dying. Spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, because you don't have the energy to thrive. So how do we change that? We have to flip a switch. And that switch is on the inside of you to switch. It's all going to determine how bad, because we're all here, it's going to all determine on how bad you want to get to here. Okay? I would hope it's really bad. But now, we see all of this. This sounds good and we want all of this, right? But what sets in? Fear sets in, right? Okay? So, right here, we want that, but all of a sudden a big wall comes up. Right? So we're going to call that fear. Okay? So is it possible that you can come from this state and get to this state? What do you think, Zach? Is it possible?
100%.
Is it scarier than shit?
Oh, yeah.
Is it worth it?
It is.
Okay, perfect. Because it is worth it. What was you going to say?
Fear's always going to be a thing in life. whether it's fearing what's going to happen tomorrow, having anxiety about the future, or even about the past. It's gonna tomorrow's gonna happen no matter what. It's about what you do today.
Exactly. And that action forward. So all this stuff right here, I'm just glad he's right here with me and he kind of fills in here because we're both on a journey and a path. We do this together, but we just wanted to change it up for you guys so you kind of see our thinking and our perception of how we got from here to go to here. Are we all the way here now? Some of these stuff, yeah, we can check off. I mean, we're a lot happier. We got a lot more joy in our life. We got a little more money than we've had. Our relationships are getting better. And the thing about it is, all this starts here with a relationship. My relationship with myself, holy shit, it was ugly and struggling when I was here. I had no relationship with me. I thought I had relationships with people outside of me, but they were really fake. They were facades, you know what I mean? Not feeling a real genuine connection because there's dark energy here. Lack, not enough. Is this all life's going to be? Holy shit, the government's doing this. The government's doing that. If you're surviving based on the government, you're in the wrong place. They're not going to save you. No one's going to save you but you. And however you see your higher power, because there is a universal, I believe it's God for me, but it's whatever you guys put in for yourself. There is something more. Okay, that's all I'm going to leave it at, because I respect whatever it is you guys choose. But I challenge you to tap into this a little more day in, day out. And I'll go into that a little bit more and how some of my processes of how I've started to create a little better here. The goal is here is to get these evened out, because if you get your spiritual, your mental and emotional, and your physical together, and imbalance is what, and you're chasing all this, is what you're going to finance. You're going to find out as your financial state changes to huge abundance instead of lack. So we're just flopping from here to here. But the thing that happens right here is we get scared. But here's, if you push yourself, if you learn, if you grow and you're willing to do the work, read a book, listen, meditate, identify who you are, create confidence, you can get over this fear. See, this is just a barrier. Okay? Most people, as they're running to this fear right there, boom, they hit that. Oh, this life right here isn't so bad, right? So I'm just going to dwindle right back in here and I'm going to live here. I don't care if I'm in prison. I don't want this that bad. You really do, right? I challenge you to dig and do whatever it takes. Because the funny thing about this is, overcoming fear, as you're running into this wall, okay, wherever, let's just say you're coming into it from the bottom, and damn, wow, that's a big jump, right? But if you face that and take it, fall back, take it, fall back, take it, fall back, take it, fall back, eventually you get up past that fear and you're on that first step. Congratulations when you get there. Because now your daily activities and your actions are a little relieving. Now that next step, this fear's got a lot smaller. Well, I did that. Look at that big wall I got over. So now I can get there. Now I can get there. Now I can get there. And now you're into truly living and thriving. I love that word, thrive. And if you're not feeling thriving, you're dying. But you can be reborn. Your identity can change. This is just your old identity. By doing some simple things, working on yourself, becoming that person you was created to be, reading a book, meditating, going to the gym, eating right, supplementing as needed, set a goal, you guys can get. And some of you that's with us here have already made this leap and understand what we're doing. But there's a lot of you right here. These are the ones that me and Zach are really searching for. Because we've been here. Our perception's been dark. But we learned if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Pretty powerful, isn't it?
You see the world as you are.
Exactly. Right? And that's from the inside out. Your world becomes what you are in here. Is that what you just said, ain't it? Isn't that interesting? I wish I knew that 40 years ago. Good news is, I know it now. I still got time. I don't care what age you are. I would hope that the younger generations with Zach, how Zach's got it and what he's created. I mean, God, I just love him. And so grateful he's here.
It's like you're saying, as within, so without.
Right? And it is, yeah. So if you change the way, so also another one is as within, so without. You know, and it's all about how are you vibrating? Okay, so there's vibration and energy. And I'm going to tell you a truth right now. We are this. 90 to 95% vibration energy. The other 5, and most people live in it and think that's it. It's a shell. That's our body. Our power's inside, our spirits. That's what drives us. But to wake that up, you've got to have a vision to create. And I just wanted to go over the fear thing, because I saw this a while back, but I was here. I was in a prison. And it's the prison of the mind, you know? And the truth is, we've lived this way for so long that our body is used to this, so it knows nothing different. It just knows nothing different. This is all it has, so you're doing that just like that every day, day in, day out. This is what I do. I get out of the bed this side. I brush my teeth. I go shower. Whatever. That's what's got to change, because you got to transfer whatever your thoughts are that you want into a feeling in your mind, in your body. Okay? Your body follows your mind. And you can teach your body to feel whatever you want to feel. But you think just because it's all happening that you can't change, but you can change. You can change. So that being said, I hope that's helped. And I'm not going to go off on a big tangent, but we're going to do these kind of things on the whiteboard, just different things that grow to get out of prison. Okay? We've hit a lot of it right here. Emotional stuff, that's the best way out of prison, because you want to go way back and whatever that emotions are that you're hurting and how that you've got to come to a place of forgiveness. The forgiveness is for you, not for the other person. So anyway, I'm just grateful that you've been here with us. Thanks, Zach. You're amazing. And I just hope there's something here for you, and I hope you'll take some of what I said here, and we'll go into a few more tools to how to shift this, how to be able to face the fear. But the cool thing about this, and a mentor of mine, Bob Proctor, I just wanted to share this with him. He's passed on now, but man, what a great, great mentor. And he's always talked about the fear barrier and how you just have to lean in and lean in and lean in. Is what happens is you lean in, you break through all that fear, and on the other side of fear is all of this. That's your vision. Everything you want in your life lays over here, but to get that, you've got to break through fear. So just remember that. Lean into fear. You got this. We'll see you on the next episode. And I'm just indeed grateful to have you. Zach, thank you. Mustache Media, accelerate your best life. Please like and share. And we'll see you on the next video. Thank you.